What's up, guys? This is my review of the Gpd Xd, which I've been meaning to do for a while, but I've just not got around to it, so finally had the time to just do a quick review. Just to let you know what I think, this is the box. I just want to show that first of all because I wanted to know why it was called XD, but I guess I'm not down enough with the internet language to know that it's a sort of smiley face. But anyway, it's quite a nice box. Reminds me a bit of like iPads and stuff like that. But this isn't an unboxing video. So here's the console. This is the 32 gig one in blue. I originally ordered a black 16 gig one, but I got an email from Funstock where I pre-ordered it saying they've changed their minds, they're not going to stock that, but would I like a free upgrade to this 32 gig one. So initially I didn't really want the blue one, I wanted a black one, but seeing as it was twice the storage for the same price I pre-ordered the 16 gig one for, I said yeah, okay, and being a UK company as well, it was like next day delivery, so I didn't really have to wait around for it. So this is the console. As you probably know if you've seen videos or pictures, it's modelled on the 3DS XL. It's very similar in size and it's the clamshell design. It's really nice. The buttons especially I really like. Some people say it's too sort of soft or spongy, but this is my kind of D-pad. It's like the DS Lite or the my old Game Boy Micro reminds me of that. People sometimes say as well that these are into too much, there's not enough room when you press the buttons, but no issues at all. It's really nice, really sort of soft feel to pressing them, not clicky at all. Unlike the shoulder buttons, which are micro switched, as you might know. Sorry about the quick tour of my messy spare room. But yeah, the controls are really nice. There's two analog sticks, which they are really good. I use them in emulators, but I've found like first-person shooters like Nova 3 and stuff like that, I find I haven't quite got the sensitivity right. It just doesn't feel very like it was designed for it, really, but I think it's just the sensitivity I need to play around with. I'm just going to turn it on. I wanted to show the boot up time, which is pretty long really, so I'm just going to demo that. So I've pressed it, here it goes. So this is Android 4.4.4. This is the first Android device I've owned. I had to think about that. Actually, no, I had an Ouya console before, but the OS was a bit more tailored for the console. This is just plain Android, so I had to get used to that a bit. I have to say I'm not a fan of Android. The operating system's quite horrible. I'm used to iPhones. I just don't like that. So you've got like a touch screen. I don't really like touch screens on my handhelds just because of the fingerprints, so I'm constantly like wiping it. It's the same with my Vita, it just gets smeared in fingerprints really quickly, and I've just got OCD about keeping them clean, so I'm constantly wiping the screen. So wherever possible I'll use the buttons. I don't want to use the screen too much. I don't really understand Android that much, to be honest, so I'm going to try not to make a fool of myself. For some reason I've got like the first screen which shows my apps and I press that and then it shows me them again. I don't really know why it does that twice, but anyway, so I got this to replace my Ouya because I left it on holiday by mistake, so I wanted to play MAME and all my retro consoles. So this was the latest device. I almost went for the JXD until I saw this, which seems a lot better for me. It's a little bit smaller, easier to carry about with the clamshell design. So let me just quickly show you a couple of the emulators. They run perfectly, really nice, and they control really well as well. Let's see, if I go into MAME, so these are all Android emulators. pretty fast to load. I was just picking random games on here because there's so many. I haven't played quite a lot of them. I'll load this one up, which was called Blandia. I think it was fairly bland. It's okay. About the build quality, I'm generally really happy with it. The only issue I have, which I don't know if it's a software thing or what, but the volume buttons sometimes don't respond. Like, try and capture it if I press it. I'm pressing it more times than it's actually changing on the screen, so I don't know if it's just slightly faulty on my volume buttons or if it's just a software thing, but not really a big deal. It works, so fairly happy. So there's loads of buttons. You've got these ones are insert coin. Let me turn the sound up a bit and start. So I'm going to try and play it while I'm holding my phone with one hand, so it's not going to go too well. The screen's really nice. You might have already seen reviews where they've said what a nice screen it is. So the colours are really vibrant, it looks really clear. So just press back. Yeah, the screen is really nice. One thing that kind of bugs me a bit, I think, because my previous sort of handheld kind of retro devices have been a 4:3 ratio screen, like I had the Canoe before this, and also I've had I don't even know how you pronounce it, Gemi A330, and they were 4:3 screens, and I think that aspect ratio is just a bit nicer, because a lot of the retro consoles are in that aspect ratio, so you've got black bars down the screen. If you want to keep the aspect ratio, and that sort of annoys me a bit, it makes me want to just stretch it, but then some games look okay stretched, some of them don't, so don't know what you can do about that really. I guess widescreen's good for Android native games, but most of those are crap. They just OCD, you have to always clear everything in Task Manager. So yeah, it plays Android games as well. I haven't really played many of those. It comes with a few pre-installed, but I've only had a quick look at them. They're fairly rubbish. I don't think I've really found much worth playing properly, except maybe Sonic. Sonic's really good, so we just put that on. Big fan of Sonic. So that's really nice and widescreen. Apart from having to touch the screen and get fingerprints on it. But yeah, the speakers are nice, it's nice and loud. Let me just turn that down a bit. I think I have to actually press the touch screen to start it, and then it works in the pad fine. So yeah, definitely an improvement over my Ouya. One thing I didn't like on the Ouya was that it had a bit of input lag, I think because it was a Bluetooth controller, so I guess this being all built in, there's no input lag at all, so that's really nice. There's loads of different emulators. One thing I'll mention, I think the best ones are the .emu ones. I'll just focus that. But they cost money on the Play Store. I don't think that's right really. If you're going to be playing emulators, you're going to be playing ROMs that you don't legally own most of the time, and then to charge for the emulator, I think that's a bit cheeky. So I didn't pay for these. I got them off a website. So I recommend you do that as well. Oh yeah, it plays N64 not particularly well, I don't think. It does get advertised as, yes, you can play N64, yes, you can play Dreamcast. I haven't found anything that runs perfectly on N64. I've played a few games. Some of them run okay, but not particularly great. Dreamcast, I haven't really tried much Dreamcast stuff. I tried one game actually, and it played really badly, but that was before I looked at the compatibility list and realised that it doesn't play very well. But yeah, it plays a few games okay. I'm not too fussed. I'd rather play the Dreamcast, which I've got. Anyway, so the only other thing to mention, maybe it's got a couple of outputs on, so you can plug it into your TV through micro HDMI. It's got a micro USB as well, so you can plug an Xbox controller in. So that's pretty good. I've done that, taking it downstairs, plugged it into the TV, and that's really nice. Just close the lid and it's like having my ear, only better. It's got a micro SD slot, so I've got a 128 gig one in there, so I've got just loads of stuff on here. Got all I could ever need. And that's it really. Yeah, really nice console. There's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright, bye.